Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to the Fenix Airbus A321. Today we're flying the America West Heritage livery from American Airlines from Flight Tampa's brand new Las Vegas version 3 over to iniBuilds' upcoming Dallas. I'm really looking forward to this one since we haven't flown the Fenix in quite the while, so I'd say without any further ado we are just going to get right into this one. So we are picking this up in the turnaround panel state over here, since the airplane has already flown into Las Vegas earlier. So let's go ahead and start with a couple of basics here, namely the preliminary cockpit preparation, which is engine masters off, mode selector norm, weather radar off, landing gear lever down, the wipers are off, the batteries are checked, and the APU is running. No external power over here, temperature is 10 degrees, so we are definitely going to keep the APU bleed on over here. Now, the IRSs are already on, and a quick look into the FMGC is going to tell us that we currently have a drift of 0.0 on the IRSs, so we don't need to do any realignment there. So, looking onto the aircraft status page, we got an A321-200 with a V2500 engine. The nav database is also up to date, and then we can head into the data link AOC menu, flight init, and request our flight plan down there, and we can do the same thing down here on our electronic flight bag as well. With that in mind, let's go ahead and do the APU fire test nonetheless here, since we did just take the plane over from another crew. And this is looking good, and well then, APU can just stay running, the radios are set via VHF 1, 2 and the interphone, and we don't want to blast our ears completely here, so let's turn the speaker down a bit. Alright, so with all of that done, let's go into the EFB and see what we're going to be up to today. Starting with our flight plan, we got our route from Las Vegas over to Dallas with quite a couple of jet streams here coming from the back, making our flight a little bit quicker. The weather in Las Vegas is looking good, clear skies, 10 degrees, and over in Dallas, wind 210 at 20, gust 27, making this one quite interesting since it is almost going to be straight crosswind, landing on runway 13 right, I hope. Our alternate in Houston is looking very good, and the weather is probably going to stay that way over in Dallas. Now looking into the flight plan, departing at 17:50, we are going to arrive half an hour ahead of schedule in Dallas. The cruise level is going to be 350, not critical on any of the weights, and do remember these are pounds since we are operating in freedom units today. Now, going down into our fuel section, basically 20,000 pounds is the default plus taxi, 20,500 pounds. Now the question, do we need any extra than that? I don't really think so, so let's make it 20,500 pounds of fuel. Alright, mass and balance, plan fuel, let's go with 2,500, like that, apply and load, and we can use GSX for everything, please. Well then, let's also go ahead and hide that thing. Alright, then we can go on into our takeoff performance. Las Vegas 26 right, dry surface, preliminary load sheet, synchronize, intersections not available, let's calculate. And that gets us a flaps 2 takeoff at 52 degrees, performance limited weight 208.8. And we are quite a bit below that, so departure is not going to be any problem at all. Well then, finally let's head into the charts and make sure that we got what we need. So that's the night 4 and the ground chart. Let's also pin the parking chart, please, which is this one, and then we've got all our charts collected, and then we can head right down here. Oxygen pressure is looking good, hydraulic quantities are good, engine oil quantity is good. So the flaps are retracted, the spoilers are retracted, all of that agrees with the levers. Then let's just release that parking brake, test the alternate brakes, and that's looking good. And the parking brake is set again. Alright. So with all that done, we can, well, you can head out for the walk around, and we can start the cockpit preparation procedure. So, flight recorder is coming on, CBR test is looking good, evacuation switch on captain. Up here everything's set, the seatbelts are staying off for the time being. Then we can test the batteries. Like that, and they're charging just fine, that is perfect. Okay, waiting for those amps to drop again. Up here and up here. But okay, that seems to be about fine. Alright, cool. Refueling still in progress, so the pumps are going to stay off. Engine fire tests, number 1 and number 2. The right hand side is all set. Then we're moving back up to the front, and over here we can quickly get the latest weather. The QNH is 3043, so let's set that. Here we go, 3043. And over here the 29th of January is checked. Frequencies to be set later on. Weather radar is all set. The middle is set. The right side is set. Well, then we are gonna go right down into the FMS. So let's grab our flight plan. Like this, thank you. And then we can get started. So we did already check that stuff here. Then let's request our flight plan. GPS primary is checked. We are going to be the American 609 and the cost index will be 22, cruising in flight level 350. Like that. So we are departing Las Vegas from runway 26 right via the Knights 4 departure towards ASCII. Okay, and we are arriving in Dallas with an ILS Zulu approach runway 13 right via the Victory 2 arrival, which is down here, and the Turkey transition. Provided we can find that. Not really, yeah? Okay, well, then we'll just take it like that for the time being. Okay, now let's go ahead and check our departure. So, Knights 4 departure, runway 26 right is straight at to 2690. And then intercept 249, inbound to Rudy above 4000, maximum 230 knots. Alright, and here we go, straight at intercept Rudy 4000, 230. Then it's gonna be a left on the cells below 8000, and we got cells down here. Then we continue via Tetone, Vivis, and that's 8000 and 10,000 respectively. Then we continue via Siegfried to Knights, and then towards Iwans and Sasky. So we got Siegfried, Knights, Iwans, Sasky. Alright, that's all looking fantastic. Well then, let's go ahead and do the interesting part, and that is going to be the engine out SID. For that, let's see if we can get some data from fellow Blackbox 711. Kinda trying to do that off screen over here, but let me show you. So here's what it looks like. Engine failure, runway 26 right. Track 194 to 3DME Las Vegas, then right on track 012 at 12DME Las Vegas, right onto Linden and hold. Alright, I suppose for that we can't really tune that properly, so let's just go ahead and fly that thing conventionally. So for the secondary, all I'm going to do is an immediate return to Las Vegas. Arrival 26 left, Zulu, like that, and we don't really need anything there. And then I'm going to tune Las Vegas VOR on the RadNav page and just fly it conventionally. That'll have to do. Alright, so for the fix info we can still help ourselves. So Las Vegas 26 right, and the runway track for that is 259, and then we can tune Las Vegas VOR with a 3-mile ring. Then we can tune Las Vegas VOR with a 12-mile ring, and finally we are tracking to Linden. Like that. Okay, so let's just have a look. We continue to 3DME Las Vegas. Then we fly to 12DME Las Vegas. And then, where's Linden? There's Linden. Okay. Alright, that looks doable. Okay, good. So that stuff is in. Now let's continue with our init pages. And over here we should already have a preliminary load sheet. And we do already have a preliminary load sheet. And that's American 609 on the November 580 Uniform Whiskey, which... Well, 580 Uniform Whiskey, yeah, that is our airplane. 2 pilots, 5 cabin crews, zero fuel weight 148.3. And 25.4. Like that. Block fuel 20.5. Then we can accept the load sheet. Now we need a couple of fuel figures again. So tailwind 82 knots on average. And then we've got contingency 0.7, alternate 4.3, final 2.7. Okay, and then let's find our performance. And that's flaps 2, 52 degrees. And the speed's 159, 166, 166. Like that, so pretty fast. Noise abatement procedure in here is number 2. Let's just see what the field elevation is. Thank you. So 2183, so that means 3232. And then acceleration in 3700. So Vegas 26 right in here, and then we are pretty much done. No need to pre-select anything. Great. Alright, so that stuff is done. Then let's set that altimeter 3034. No, 3043, that way around. Initial climb to be confirmed by ATC. Probably 8,000 for cells. Like that, and 3043. Like that. Alright, constraints VORs on both sides, and that's it. Alright, so we're done with our setup. The refueling is also almost completed. Looks like they are boarding already. That's looking fantastic to me. Then let's go ahead and, well, first of all, refueling is complete. 3, 2, 1. Well, it is complete. Okay, fuel page is looking good. That is balanced. I like it. Alright. Refueling is completed. Okay, so that's all looking fantastic. Then let's go ahead and do our departure briefing, please. So we're departing Las Vegas, runway 26 right via the night's departure, initial climb 8,000 and MSA, well, up to about 11,000 depending on the direction you look at. 10.5 over here, 10.8 over here, 13.2 in the immediate area around the airfield. Extra fuel and time is 1,000 pounds, giving us 12 minutes. So we've got no hotspots for our taxi routing. Stop margin for the rejected takeoff is going to be 2,444 feet. Engine out procedure, straight ahead to 3D me, right hand turn, intercept heading 012 until 12 DME Las Vegas, then a right turn to Linden and hold, and in that holding we are pretty close to the airport, so if we simply climb up to 5,000, that is going to keep us safe in 3,000 AGL. Alright, apart from that, I've got nothing special, nothing non-standard. 4,000 feet restricting Rudy shouldn't be a problem. Let's see what the bus is calculating here. Yeah, 5,080, so that's easy going. Alright, cool, and that's it. Do you have any threats for this departure? Probably not, so that's our briefing completed. Alright, lovely. So that stuff's done. Then let's see how the boarding is going. Boarded 16. That's a little slow, don't you think so? Probably a little very slow. What have they been doing all the time? But okay, the boarding is ongoing now, so I would say next up, let's request our IFR clearance. So, Las Vegas delivery 118.0. And do we have an Asus? 132.4.
Altitude 1500 feet. Touchdown zone lights are currently intermittent. Monitor for updates. Advise on initial contact. You have information Yankee.
Okay, info Yankee is on board.
Information Yankee. 1656 Zulu. Arriving runways 26 left, 19er right. Departing runways 19er left, 26 right. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 10. Dew point -7. Altimeter 3043. Density altitude 1500 feet.
Okay, we've heard the rest. Las Vegas delivery, American 609, information Yankee, request IFR clearance to Dallas. Yes, no, maybe? Las Vegas delivery, American 609, information Yankee, request IFR clearance to Dallas.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Okay, now he's working on it. Must have been blocked out by another aircraft previously.
American 609 cleared to Dallas via the NIS 4 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 6,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.775 squawk 3465. Expect runway 26 right.
American 609 is cleared to Dallas via the NIS 4 departure, runway 26 right. Climb 6,000 feet, expect level 350 10 minutes after. Departure 119.775, squawk 3465. Alright, so runway 26 right, NIS 4 is confirmed, 6,000 is checked, level 350 10 minutes after is looking good. Departure 119.775. Like that, and squawk 3465. Alright, that is looking fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard American Airlines Flight 609, heading to Dallas Fort Worth. This is your lead flight attendant, Deshaun Williams, and I'm joined by my awesome crew members, Tony, Maria, and Jake, all hailing from the great city of New York. Now, if you could please take your seats according to your
Yeah, all from the great city of New York, huh?
hand luggage in the overhead
Sometimes I
bin.
just love those Say Intentions PAs.
In front of you, that would be fantastic. If you need anything at all, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. We're here to help. Thanks for flying with us today.
Alright, 128 of 190 are on board, so a little bit more, 60 more passengers, that should be quick. In the meantime, cockpit preparation checklist please. Gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity is 20,480 pounds balanced. Seatbelts on, ADRs, nav, and barrel ref QNH 3043. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. Alright, so far so good. So the APU is already running. There isn't much more that we can do up here. So that's 49 passengers to go. Come on, hurry. You will get there eventually. In the meantime, a very quick look over at Las Vegas over here. At least at the terminal we're standing at right now. We will see more of the airport in other flights. And, well, what can I say? It's Fly Tampa. They're doing a fantastic job. I mean, just have a look at the city over there in the background. We will see more of that on our departure, which is part of the reason why I've chosen this departure, of course. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Overall, Fly Tampa is once again doing an amazing job, and at this moment I would really just also like to thank them for being so incredibly quick at responding to my query for a review copy of the airport. I literally sent them the email and had the airport like a couple hours later, which is really only why I can even do this video for you guys right now, because, well, tight schedules, airline pilot and stuff like that. Literally just have a single day for recording a couple of videos for you before we are already moving on to the next real-world flights. Alright, so let's see, 168, so we're almost there, just 20 passengers to go, and while those are boarding, let's already go ahead and say hello to our guests. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from Flight Deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel, in the name of American Airlines. Welcome aboard our Airbus A321 on our flight to Dallas. Today's flight time is going to be about 1 hour and 55 minutes, expecting maybe a couple of bumps every here and there, and expecting to arrive half an hour early thanks to some very strong tailwinds on this flight. Now, for the time being, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. The cabin crew will shortly perform their safety demonstration, which is not just their morning stretches, but actually serves the safety of all of you. Thank you very much for your attention. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us, and we'll get back to you with the latest weather when we start our approach into Dallas. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear all of those things in the scratch pad down here. That's done. The cockpit door is closed as well, and then the boarding is almost completed. Five passengers to go. So APU is running already, and there is no ground power connected anyway. Excellent. Come on, 4 people. 3, 2. You can do it. Get your asses in here. We want to go. Alright, without any of those jokes, let's just cycle that beacon so that the ground crew knows that we are ready to go. I mean, we wouldn't do that in the real world, obviously, but in the simulator they use that as a trigger to get us the pushback talk. So, for that reason, here we go. 190. Boarding is complete. Thank you very much. Alright then, let's see if the load sheet is here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so load sheet. We got 149.6. Is that true? Yeah, 149.6, quite a bit heavier. And the CG is at 25.4. Okay, so we are 1,300 pounds heavier, which is probably due to the extra cargo we got over here. Let's just quickly check that down here. 1,000 pounds extra means 62 pounds extra fuel. We did round that stuff, so we are good to go. Alright, we have the fuel we need. Nothing worse than if you have to call the fuel truck back at this point. Takeoff weight 169.7. So, synchronize the final load sheet, please. Calculate. Flaps 2, 52 degrees, up 0.7. And we got flaps 2, 52 degrees, and up 0.7. And the speed's 59, 66, 66. That's all looking good. Alright, perfect. Then we can accept that load sheet. Flap on your side, performance on my side. and then we're good to go. So let's go ahead and get that ground frequency. That's gonna be 1, 2. Oh, what's that? We are on the eastern side, 1211. Okay. So, ground from flight deck, please confirm that all the doors and hatches are closed, the ground equipment is removed, and the bypass pin is installed. That's all confirmed, Captain. Alright, thanks, we'll get the pushback clearance. Biggest ground American 609 is fully ready for pushback and startup. In the real world would have made that call with a ramp, not with ground, but ramp control kinda works a little bit different with same tensions at the moment, so...
American 609, Las Vegas ground, pushback and startup approved, tail north.
Pushback and startup approved, tail north, American 609. Okay, before start checklist. Park and brake is set. Takeoff speeds and thrust. V1 159, VR 166, V2 166, flex 52. Windows closed. Beacon on. Before start checklist complete. Alright, the door is already closed. So, ground flight deck. Pushback is approved, tail north. Park and brake set. Roger, so that's gonna be facing southeast on the ramp, and the park and brake is now released. Roger, start the pushback and stand by for engine start. Alright, clear to start the engine, sequence 1 and 2. Engine 1 start. So, engine 2 start is in progress. Sorry for the little cut over here. And that looks like a good engine start. Okay, ground, we have 2 good starts. Please prepare the upland for taxi. See you on the right hand side and have a good day. Bye-bye.
Runway 26 right, taxi via Quebec, Charlie 1, Charlie.
Runway 26 right, taxi via Quebec, Charlie 1, Charlie United 1.
Okay, that's the ramp agent. She's holding the pin after start checklist. Anti-ice, off, ecom status, checked, pitch trim. That's 26% set, rudder trim neutral, after start checklist complete. American 609, request taxi.
American 609, runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie 3, Charlie.
Runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie 3, Charlie, American 609. Okay, clear on the left side, clear on the right side. So the brake is off. Let's go. That might have been a little bit too much thrust. Alright, so after the right, Charlie 3, and then Charlie's the first left to the end. Clear right side, clear left side, and that's got to be here. Actually, where's that guy going? That doesn't look quite right. So So Charlie, next left.
SkyWest 369er5 ready to taxi. SkyWest 369er5, runway 19er left, taxi via Delta, Delta 1.
Okay, flight control track.
Runway 19er left, taxi via
Full
Delta,
up.
Delta 1, SkyWest 369er5.
Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
WestJet 1116,
Rudder.
taxi to parking. WestJet 1116,
Full left.
taxi to parking via Bravo.
Full
hold
right.
short of runway 1 right,
Neutral.
then Delta Charlie.
Okay.
Bravo, hold short of runway 1 right, then Delta Charlie, WestJet 1116.
Brakes, squawk is in, weather radar on, and config checked. Then we're just waiting for the cabin to get ready. And in the meantime, we're following the A321neo up there to the runway. I'll tell you what, let's get started with the taxi checklist. Flight controls, checked, flap setting, config 2, radar and predictive wind shear on an auto, engine start selector, norm, and holding at the econ memo.
American 609, contact tower on 118.75.
118.75, American 609. Okay, we'll probably be number 2 behind the gentleman in front of us. Well, not just probably, but very likely. So departure 19775 is pre-selected. Las Vegas Tower, American 609 is not ready yet. Here we go. Econ memo, takeoff no blue, taxi checklist complete.
American 609, Las Vegas Tower, roger. Let me know when you're ready for departure.
Wilco. Okay, then we'll just wait over here, set that parking brake, and lights off. Okay, lovely. So now we're just waiting for this gentleman
550, hold short of runway 8 left.
to depart over there.
Holding short of runway 8 left, southwest 4550.
Something that would be nice to see added to the scenery would be those very low windsocks that they have everywhere here. Wind shear is really a problem in Las Vegas, especially in summertime, and to make it easier to see it coming, they have windsocks mounted very close to the ground in a lot of places in the real Las Vegas. Would be nice if Fly Tampa could add those as well, so that we get a little bit better of a picture there. Alright, so the Neo ahead of us is going.
American 1120, contact ground on 121.1. Switching to ground, American 1120. Southwest 4550, hold short of runway 8 left. Holding short of runway 8 left, southwest 4550.
American 609 is ready for departure.
Right, line up and wait.
Runway 26 right, line up and wait, American 609. Cabin crew, prepare for departure. approach area clear.
9, runway 26 right, winds 190 at 3. RNAV Rudy cleared for takeoff.
RNAV Rudy, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff, American 609. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 26 right, full length, TCAS, TARA, PAX 1 and 2, off, lineup checklist complete. Okay, are you ready? Suppose that's a yes. So, train on ND is coming on. Let's go. Time it.
On runway 26 right.
American 1120, hold short of
Manflex 52, SRS, runway auto thrust blue.
Hold short
Thrust
of 8
set.
left, American 1120.
.100 knots, checked. V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Nav, checked. Now look at this. Over to departure, American 609.
American 1120, hold short of runway 8 left.
Yep, that's the type of view we've departed this field from.
Holding short, American 1120.
Alright then.
179er.
Thrust climb, auto thrust. Las Vegas departure, American 609, passing 4,700, climbing 6,000. Flaps 1. Speed checked, flaps 1.
American 609, Las Vegas departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 6,000, turn left, heading 160, vectors to tone, then on course.
Climb maintain 6,000, left heading 160, American 609.
Switching to Los Angeles Center on 127.35.
Interesting, it's not really turning my heading, but I'm using my wind wing.
American 609, maintain 6,000, left heading 160, approved.
Maintaining 6,000, heading 160, approved, American 609. Alright, so the pack is coming on, flap 0, speed checked, flap 0. Okay.
American 609, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb maintain level 230, American 609. Thrust climb, open climb, 23,000 blue. American 609, confirm own navigation after tone.
American 609, yes, proceed direct Vivis after tone.
Roger, after tone to Vivis, American 609. Alright, nav. Climb. And then, here we go, we can re-intercept that SID. And I tell you what, I'll just let the autopilot do that because I'm a lazy guy.
American 609, just a heads up that about 2-3 minutes ago we received a report of moderate turbulence at flight level 65 by a Beechcraft 1900 near Van Nuys.
Roger. Alright, well, something near Van Nuys is not really going to be a problem for us. Alrighty. Let's check the important things. 2017, and the schedule is 2032. Perfect. So we'll be 15 minutes ahead of schedule. I like that. Going through 10,000. Seatbelts off. Well, we are still gonna need those. We're still gonna need those constraints here.
Climb and maintain flight level 280.
I'll maintain level 280, American 609.
Dear guests, the lavatories are now available for your use. You can also use
Interesting. I'm
electronic devices in flight mode.
operating my
Begin shortly.
FCU, my hardware,
Relax and enjoy.
and nothing happens. Why is
Thanks for
that?
flying American Airlines.
Okay, well, here we go. 28,000 blue. Alrighty, so clear and copy. And here we go, cruising 350, optimum 350, maximum 370. That's all looking fantastic. Well then, I'd say that's everything I got for the time being, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us, and then I see you all on the arrival into Dallas.
American 609, contact Lone Star approach on 118.1.
118.1, American 609. Lone Star approach, American 609, flight level correction, altitude 1,500.
American 609, Lone Star approach. Good afternoon, Dallas altimeter 3003. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 13 right approach into Dallas.
Altimeter 3003, expect ILS 13 right Zulu, American 609. Alright, so here we are. We're on the descent into Dallas, and we are getting ready for our arrival. So let's have a look into what we are doing. We're descending via the Victory 2 arrival, and approach has just advised us that we're expecting to land via the ILS runway 13 right, which is pretty much what we had originally anticipated. Looking into the current weather report, the wind is 220 at 14, so a direct crosswind of 14 knots. 13 degrees, altimeter 3003, which is what we've got set on both sides.
Contact Dallas Tower on 134.9er.
Alright, so that does seem fairly straightforward, so let's go ahead and do the approach briefing, and then we are ready for the arrival.
American 1390, contact Dallas Tower on
So we're arriving via the ILS Zulu, approach Romeo 13 right, Victory to arrival, and the minimum is 800 feet. The Garant is a right turn out, climbing 4,000, and extra fuel and time is 800 pounds, giving us 10 minutes extra. The approach will be flown with flight director guidance, config full and idle reverse, vacate the runway to the left hand side. We can basically let the airplane roll, 13 right, very long runway, 2,835 meters. We're gonna go all the way to the end anyway, so vacate Alpha 7 Alpha, and then we are taxiing to the Delta terminal over here. I've got a stop margin, well, can't really calculate it because we are going to leave the auto brake off, so don't really have a stop margin here, but it's gonna be more than plenty. Alright, hotspots for taxiing is going to be the crossing of runway 36 left right over here, and apart from that I've got nothing special, nothing non-standard. Anything from your side for the approach? Nope. Beautiful, so that's our briefing completed. Then let's quickly say goodbye to our passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, from Flight Deck, this is your captain speaking with the promised weather update. We're now on the approach into Dallas with a remaining flight time of about 10 minutes. The weather over there, clear skies and a temperature of 13 degrees centigrade. Thank you very much for choosing American for today's flight. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did and look forward to welcome you again on board a future service. If you're traveling on, we wish you a nice and safe onwards travel. If not, we wish you a nice and safe way home. Thank you very much for your attention, and we look forward to welcoming you again soon. Alright, 10,000, light signs, EFIS, LS, and there is another company message. Let's see what that's gonna be. Telex, expect Dallas, Terminal Delta, Gate 22. Let's see where that is.
Ready for contact Dallas Tower on 134.9er.
So Delta 22 is up here, so via spot 135. Alright, easy going.
Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
Envoy 4090, contact Dallas Tower on 134.9er.
134.9er for Envoy 4090.
Approach checklist, barrel ref, QNH 3003, seatbelts on, minimum, Barrow 800, auto brake off, engine start selector, norm, approach checklist complete. Okay. So we're clear to descend via the arrival. I've set 5,000 for the time being. 250 knots over here. And the next traffic is like 12 miles ahead of us, so not an issue at all. Alright.
Contact Dallas Tower on 134.9er.
134.9er for Envoy 3946.
That's already pre-selected, 134.9er. Okay. So,
American 609, proceed direct Papa. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet, altimeter 3003. Until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway 13 right approach.
clear to Papa, descend and maintain 3,000 until established, cleared ILS 13 right, American 609.
American 3169, contact Dallas
Speed descent, all 5,000 magenta. And 3,000.
134.9er, American 3169.
Is set. Alright. So that should all be easy going. We are inbound Papa anyway, since that's exactly the final approach.
Over to Dallas Tower.
So 24 miles out, 6,000. With a little bit of tailwind, yep, that seems about fine. Let's do the exact mathematics here. We're now 6,000 AGL, that's 18 miles. 19, 20 miles, plus that, 25 miles. We have 23 to go, so that should be about good to go. The A321 slows down fairly well. So that's probably our field right up there. meaning we are right on the extended center line. I like that. So there's our glide slope. That thing looks valid. Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2, glide slope blue, and localizer. Thrust idle. Okay, activate approach trace. Speed. Technically speaking, we could ignore those 5,000 feet over here, since we're cleared down to 3,000 and direct to pop out by air traffic control, but I don't want to be that guy. So, the runway is about 15 miles out, is that correct? So that's 17 down here. Yeah, 17 up here as well. Okay, that makes sense. So the ILS is not exactly located at the threshold. Again, that's a common thing in the States, so nothing surprising there. Can nicely see that down here as well. At the threshold, the ILS reads 1.7 DME. Alright. Cap 1, manual flight. $1,000 to go. Vertical speed. So we'll fly her down to 3,000 and we'll level off, and once we're leveled off we will reduce our speed and intercept the final. I think that's probably the easiest way to go down here. Luckily they don't really care about continuous descent approaches in the States. In Europe we should have gone like 500 feet a minute and then slowly descent her down and stuff. Over here, no problem. Alt star.
American 609, contact
Alt.
Dallas Tower on 124.15 crossing Papa.
12415, American 609, bye bye. Dallas Tower, American 609, established ILS 13 right. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1. Glide slope star. Glide slope.
American 609, KDFW Tower, roger.
So go around altitude 3000 set.
American 609, wind
And gear down.
200 at 14. Runway 13 right, cleared to land.
Runway 13 right, clear to land, American 609. So, flaps 2. Speed check, flaps 2. Just gotta lose that speed here, the tailwind isn't really helping us. Yeah. Full speed brake. Otherwise we're not gonna get her slow. Flaps 3. Speed check, flaps 3. Okay, speed brake lever retract. Yeah, we'll do that in a moment. Retracted and armed. We're in VMC, that means the stable gate is 500, and flaps full. Speed check, flaps full. Landing checklist, ECA memo, landing no blue, landing checklist complete.
Approaching 13 right.
Checked. Field elevation is 600, so in 1100 on the altimeter we gotta be stabilized.
500.
And we are. Land.
Above.
Checked. Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Drive.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Diesel. Alright, 13 knots straight tailwind.
1,200.
Manual brakes.
Remaining. 900. Remaining.
American 609, welcome to Dallas. Contact ground on
70 knots.
121.65.
12165, American 609.
300. Remaining.
Alright. Then please tune that ground for me. Dallas ground, American 609, request taxi to the gate. And here we are, welcome to iniBuilds, brand new Dallas, Fort Worth. So we just need taxi clearance now, but let's already clean up. So, ground, where are you? Oh, interesting, it just failed to talk to us. Taxi gate 22 via Alpha 7 Bravo Whiskey Mike Golf Spot 135. So, Alpha 7 Bravo Whiskey Mike Golf Spot 135. Okay, let's see where that is.
Envoy 3494 ready to
So,
taxi.
Alpha 7,
Envoy
Bravo.
3494, runway 18 right taxi via spot 114.
Golf,
Whiskey Juliet, Foxtrot,
135.
Whiskey Golf.
Alright, so second to the right, and then pretty much straight ahead.
Spot 114, Whiskey Juliet, Foxtrot, Whiskey Golf, Envoy 34904. American 2977 ready to taxi.
Alright, we can definitely do that. Oop, that must have been a little bit too much thrust. That was typical Boeing power setting here.
17 right taxi via spot 7 Zulu, Lima, Echo Golf.
Runway 17 right taxi via spot 7
Alright,
Zulu,
10
Lima,
knots.
Echo Golf, American 2977.
And here we go. Alright. That's some nice detailed work on the bridges here. So, straight ahead for the time being, and then we got two runways that we need to cross. American 609, can we cross runway 36 left and runway 36 right?
American 609, cross runway 36 left and runway 36 right, then continue taxi.
Crossing 36 left and right approved, American 609, thanks. Okay, we're clear on the right side, and we are clear on the left side. That airplane over there is still holding short. Then we're clear to cross. And still clear.
Envoy 3882, runway 17 right taxi via spot 104, Hotel Yankee.
Alright, and then we continue on to Golf, spot 135 to the gate.
Runway 17 right taxi via spot 104, Hotel Yankee, Yankee, Kilo, Echo Golf, Envoy 3882.
And Golf is going to be the second taxiway to the left. So So, strobes are going back off.
Air Canada 7309 ready to taxi.
And here we go.
Air Canada
Might have been a little fast. I gotta say, the operating the brakes of the Fenix feels a little bit strange after, you know, not flying the Fenix for a while, because there is so much nothing, and then eventually the brakes start kicking in. That just needs some getting used to again. Alright, start APU. Like that, and then we can shut down engine 2. Elect pump on, engine 2 off. Alright, GSX gate Delta 22. No follow me needed, handling by American Airlines. So we're looking for spot 135, which has got to be somewhere next to that 777 over there. Now the big question to all of you, does this count as taxiing on an apron or taxiing on a taxiway right now? I would say taxiway, because we still have those spots that we need to cross. So what's the 767 doing? Well, I guess we gotta give way. Would have been nice if ATC told us though.
UPS 2020 ready to taxi.
UPS 2020, runway 18 right taxi.
Alright, so spot 135 is off to the right. So while we're going to the gate, let's already do a little bit of a feedback of today's flight. So first of all, it does feel nice to be back in the Fenix. And I absolutely have to say Las Vegas looks phenomenal. Dallas, from what we've seen so far, also looks really nice. I can tell you that much, the terminal does as well. Typical iniBuilds quality, you know exactly what you're getting when you buy. So I can really give a full recommendation to both airports over here. Also nice to be back in the Fenix. As always, do leave your comments underneath the video so that we can decide which aircraft to fly on the channel in the future. Alright then, now let's go ahead and find our gate. We're looking for spot 135, which is probably to the left of the 777, so parking over there, I guess, between the 777 and the 737. Or as the Americans would say, yeah, just put that Euro trash in between the Boeings. Okay, the spot is approaching. Lights off, please.
Whiskey Lima, Foxtrot, Whiskey Hotel.
And here we go. Spot 135, off to the right, and that's Delta 22 right over there.
Whiskey Hotel, Viva 683.
Oh, I'm gonna cut that corner a little bit,
American 1053 ready to taxi.
so that we don't lose too much speed.
American 1053, runway 18 left taxi via spot 118, Golf 6, Foxtrot, Whiskey Hotel.
Okay, here's our gate. Delta 22.
Runway 18 left taxi.
Radar is off, the lights are off. After landing checklist, radar and predictive wind shear off after landing checklist complete.
2046 request push and start clearance.
Alright, here's Delta 22.
American 2046, pushback approved.
Push and start approved. American 2046.
And stop, thank you.
American 2046,
Alright,
runway
APU
18
bleed
left taxi,
on,
spot 124,
park and brake
Whiskey
set,
Kilo,
and
Foxtrot,
APU
Whiskey
bleed is
Hotel.
showing shutdown 1. Cabin crew, all doors and park.
Taxi via spot 124, Whiskey Kilo, Foxtrot, Whiskey Hotel, American 2046.
Okay, so both engines are running down. I like that. Beacon off. Yes, start the deboarding, please. The jetway is coming. Alright, and the slides are disarmed. Parking checklist. Park and brake are trucks, brake set, engines off, wing light off, fuel pumps off, parking checklist complete. Well then, thank you very much, and with that, welcome to Dallas. I do hope you enjoyed this one. I most definitely had a blast flying this. Also, beautiful sceneries for both airports and a beautiful livery for a beautiful airplane. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee links in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.